Hey, welcome back to my channel. Technical analysis for stocks, crypto, ETFs, whatever you can find a chart for, I can help you with the timing. You do your fundamental research, find the companies you want to buy, whatever companies, funds, whatever, cryptos. I'll help you with the timing, just to help you find your entries, there's exits. If now's a good time to get in, if now's a good time to get out. Look for trend support, trend channels, all that kind of stuff. Once again, you look at the numbers, I'll look at the charts, and together we'll find a way to make you more money. Quickly first, go down to the playback speed on this. Turn up to 1.25. Just, I don't communicate very well, and I've got sort of a slow talk about me, stoner drawl. So just turn it up. It gives it a bit more energy and helps you get through this a little quicker. I haven't done a video in a while, so looking forward to doing this one, and I will be doing more. Once again, I'm waiting for requests to come in. I don't want to be constantly doing things I'm looking at. I want to know what you're looking at. If you know somebody I can help, please forward along my contact info. It's all down below in the comments. There's a website you can go to now. All sorts of stuff is down below. Please have a look and don't hesitate to reach out. Once again, the service is free, so it's just an email. Send me an email and I'll put up the chart. I'll make you a video and I'll tell you what I see. You don't like it, don't listen to it. If it helps, it helps. All right, I want to look at the healthcare sector. This is the XLV, so let's see healthcare sector ETF. This is the whole healthcare sector. Going back to 1999, you see it's had some good moves, sideways, a lot of up. We're back in this sideways thing. Healthcare to me is a bit of a defensive play, and I think it's time for healthcare to become fashionable again. We've had a really long consolidation. This whole box here from, I don't know, 2021, 2022, it's kind of just gone sideways, consolidating. Look here, before I go any further, we're on a weekly chart, so each candle's a week. All right, so this candle here is last week. So here in September 24, we made a top, came back to it again on February 26, and under. Back up again on June 26th. This to me looks like a cup and handle. Measured move on that takes it up to here. I don't buy measured moves completely. I don't like the idea of expectation. Anything can happen in the markets. However, we do get them, and measured move for this is just the bottom of the cup to the top of the cup line. Same as if this were up here, inverted head and shoulders. That was a shoulder, or a shoulder, head, shoulder. Same thing. So that's the move. If it gets there, it gets there. It's just, it's more of an indicator of directionality to me than price target. I don't like price targets. Once again, anything can happen. So I do think healthcare is about to move. I do think it's going to go up. And the chart here is telling me that. That's why I think it. I don't have a crystal ball, so I look at charts. I don't read a lot of news. I don't take in a lot of information. I just look at charts, and the more noise I take out of my news ingestion, the more accurate I am. I just strictly look at the charts. I don't care what anybody else is doing. I care what I'm seeing. I care what the market is saying, not what YouTube is saying or Twitter is saying or whomever is saying, Discord, whomever. Anyway, XLV. So we've got our cup and handle. It looks like it's projected to go up. It will not do that in a day. Take a year or two. General rule of thumb is the time it takes to make the cup and handle, the time it takes to get back, between 100% of that and 50% of that. So if it took 2 years to get to here, it could take between a year and 2 years to get to here. Either way, it's going up, hopefully. The charts are saying it is. So until they say differently, I'm going to follow them. The first one I want to look at is, and these are all on the ones I'm going to bring up here, the first 6, or just all on the TSX. I'm in Canada. I invest mostly in Canadian stocks. I do have some international, but because of the way my accounts are set up and I don't have an IBK account, it's costly for me to be converting currencies all the time. So a lot of my stuff is in Canadian or the American markets. But once again, for you out there, a chart's a chart. I can do a chart as long as I can find a chart. Doesn't matter what index or currency it's in. I can do it. But here's one on the Canadian. company called Cipher Pharmaceuticals, and what they are, almost like a pharmaceutical royalty company. They invest in companies already doing things, and then they take a bit of a profit, kind of like the mining royalty companies or the oil and the energy royalty companies. So I kind of like that. They're just looking for good companies, and they're investing into them. All right, so that's cool. Because this company has good fundamentals, got some stuff I like in it. I won't go into it. This would be a play for my long-term holdings. This wouldn't be a trade. This is something I just put in and leave for a couple years and just get my capital appreciation. I don't have to watch this. I'm not trying to trade in and out. This is not on my 5% portfolio, so I'm not taking gains every time it goes up 5%. I'm going to let it ride. What you got here? Big cup handle, kind of like our cup and handle here. However, it's obviously way more drastic. And this measured move, looking up above $250 a share. We'll get there. I don't know. This is going back to 2015, so if it goes up to 255 or whatever, it could take 5 to 10 years. But from 20 bucks to 200 in 5 years is a decent return. Excuse me, just taking a drink. So, what are we looking for here? Obviously, we want to be above this dotted orange line. We've got to get weekly close above it. We've got this little trend here that would that's indicating an uptrend. Once again, on a weekly, we're just at the 34 weekly average. On the daily, we're above the 200 daily. So those are two averages, moving averages I'm looking at that I want to be above. They both are in line with that. I would love to see a little more volume come in here. This is low volume. When we get a move, something like that, I think when we get our next move, the volume will help, and I want to see that volume. So I want to be above here. Where would my out be? Here. All right, purple for you. If it got below that line there, I would definitely be out. If it broke this green trend line in a big way, I would start to reconsider the hold. But as long as this trend, this green line stays, gets above this orange dotted line, our neckline, or our cup line, this is good to go. So it's just a matter of being patient. It may not get there till later in the year. We're in June, July now. Might take till the fall, late summer, fall, but when it does, be a good one to jump on. So throw that on your watch list. It doesn't pay a dividend. I wish it did for a royalty company. But once again, capital appreciation is good, and if they are getting, if the revenue does pick up, earnings pick up, they might implement a dividend, which would be nice. One thing I like about this company is they buy good companies, and they're really good with their debt management. Debt is a big factor now for me when I'm looking at long-term holds. I don't want anything that's got a lot of debt, other than maybe utility companies or banks. Those kind of things just are massive debt machines. That's just how their capital works. But anything else, I'm weary of debt these days. So I like this one. I like the way they handle their debt. So put that on your long-term. That one on your long-term watch list. I definitely have it. Once again, I think healthcare is going to do well in the next year or so, and this should get a good pull with it. All right, the next 5 here, these red ones, these ones here, these are all trades. These are things I'm putting in my trade account. I'm looking at trading. I don't look at the fundamentals of these at all. I know they're in the healthcare sector, but in terms of what they do and their numbers, I'm not looking. I'm just looking at technical trades here. And this is, once again, it goes in my trade portfolio where as it moves up 5%, I sell 5% of my holdings. That's just how that account works. Keeps cash flow moving in and out. And I'm not holding anything. Anything in there, I'm not. If the markets move down quickly, I can just sell everything without thinking about it. So this one, have a look. Once again, weekly chart. Nothing but down, down. There's your falling knife, this big green line. We have broken out of it. So now we are in this base, all right, between here and here and here. If this were to get above this purple line here, that's where I'd step in. One other line I'd probably put in here that I didn't at first. Just see it now. See that? That's the other one we want to get above. All right. I want to see that little trend broken. So we're going to get up above this purple, above the red. Weekly close above the red, and I would step in. My stop loss for something I'm trading like this, once again, it's a cheap stock. It doesn't have, I don't know if it has earnings or not, but it could be volatile. Anything below there, and I'm out. All right. So I give it some room to go and let the markets do what they're going to do. Once again, these things are volatile, little firecrackers. I'm not trying to put tight stops on anything. I like the setups. When I like the setups, I give my trades a little bit of leeway. I'm not tight to it because you're going to get stopped out. If I were to put my stop loss, if I were to buy here and put my stop loss at this purple, I guarantee I'll get stopped out. Might go up, might come down, retest these things. They don't act like the blue chip stocks, so I don't treat them like the blue chip stocks. Anyway, once again, the weekly. See it here, the 34 weekly moving average. When we get to here, we will be above it. And when we get to here, we will be over 200 daily moving, which is what I want to see. Volume, you can see the volume picking up here. See, it was dead here. Picking up here, so people are looking at it, and the institutions, the banks, big investors, they're looking at it, and that gives me a bit of confidence. So keep this one on your radar. Get somewhere in August, if you get in here, put a little circle there for you. And here you might come up, retest, and go, or you might come up, retest the purple, and go. Either way, once you're above the red and the purple, up in here, you're good to go. Next one is, what do we got here? EPRX, same kind of thing. This one's a little different in that it has made a big base. It has come up, it's broken out from that. It's almost a cup and handle, but got that there, but what does look to me like a bottoming pattern. It's not a technical setup bottoming pattern. It's not a true cup and handle, or that is not an inverted head and shoulders. It is just a bottoming pattern. It broke out, it retested the breakout, and now it's going back. Love everything about it. Once again, same as the other one. I want it to get above this red line, this purple. I want it to get above my white line. Same thing here. I'm looking at here. Come out, retest, and go. Once again, August. Where could it go? I don't know. First stop would be here at 12, and I'm taking profits the whole way up. So if you got in here at 10, there's 20%. Not guaranteed, but I'm pretty sure you're going to get that. You've got this big trend here. That's sort of all I'd be looking at for my out. Break that green trend, right, going up in a significant way. Might be time to get out. My other out, if I wasn't following the green diagonal trend, would just be this green line right here. If it goes below that, I think I'm done. I would get out of that. But simple, yeah. Let it get up here, get above 34 weekly. Once again, get above the 200 daily moving average up here, and you're good to go. Where it's going, I don't know. There's no measured move on this. However, it's in an uptrend. If healthcare moves, it's going to move with it. I think healthcare is going to move. I think this is going to move. The charts are telling me it should. You see the volume picking up down here. I like that. Simple, very simple. And that's what we do here at Black Slope. It's all about simplicity. I'm not trying to overcomplicate things. If it's too complicated, it's not for me. There are thousands and thousands of opportunities every day in the market. I don't need the most complex one. I need the one that works for me. Next one, pink. What does it do? Doesn't matter. It's imaging. perimeter medical imaging. That sounds impressive. Here's your top. Here's your downtrend. Look at this. Broke out of the downtrend. We are now retesting, or sort of following the downtrend down, but we aren't getting below it. That line seems to be holding. I like that. And all that. See all that resistance right there? Well, that's no support. Make it green. Support should be green. Resistance red. What I'm looking for, though, I probably want to see it get above here. All right, I want to see it make a new high. All right, and if we pull that over, you can see that resistance there. If you look, this goes all the way, literally back to here. All right, so when you're above it, it's support. When you get below it, it's resistance. We are below that support, so it's resistance now. Come up, maybe get a retest and go. That's where I'm a buyer. Once again, in the fall, this one at one point was worth $5 a share, down to 27 cents. I don't know if it'll go back to 5, but I don't know how much lower it's going. We seem to have this, once again, this basing thing here. Now, if this were to break down below here, break down back under this green, the notion of a trade is off here. So this isn't one we want to get into quite yet. Same thing. This is our 34 weekly average. Want to get above that, which sort of means you need to be up here. On the daily, there's your 200. Once again, we got to get above that. So keep an eye on this one. I would be stepping in here. Healthcare does seem to get going. These will move rather quickly. Look at the big green candles, red candles. Look how big they are. These things move a lot in one day. So just that candle alone right there that week was 66%. So it's crazy. They can move a lot, and in the other direction as well. There's 30% down. So stop loss with this one would be this green line. When I do get in up here, this green line, make it purple for you. I'd be really willing to get out. Yeah, it's a bit of a gap, a lot there, but if we're following the charts and we're doing our technical analysis right, we can let it swing a bit and know that we are in the uptrend. Next one, RKV. Once again, don't know what it does, but there's nothing going on here. Something changed in the business here, or investors got into it here. Look, there's no no volume to any of this. It's lightly traded. We get in here, we start looking at the candles and the volume, and all of a sudden things are coming up. A lot more buying, a lot more selling. Obviously, our downtrend, more selling. However, looks like the downtrend might be over. All right, hit a bottom, that bottom, that bottom, that bottom. We now have a trend going up. That's the wrong color. We are down. There's a falling knife, right, coming down here. We're outside of it. This one here, all I'm looking for, you can see we're just above our 34 weekly, getting close to our 200 daily, which we want to be above. So same scenario as the other ones. I'm watching this. I want to see it come out of here. It might retest this support, get up here, retest, and go. I want to buy it up here. I want to see a new high. I don't want to just grab down here. Could keep trickling down. We break this trend. We break this bottom. Bad news. Sorry, I did one extra undo. So yeah, I'm just looking to get above here. It is thinly traded, so might have to use market orders. I don't know if limit orders will work for you. I'm not worried. When I'm trading, I don't mind market orders. I know people seem to be insistent on limit orders. I'm not. Once again, if your technical analysis is good and you get the direction right, you know what you're doing. A couple of pennies here and there doesn't matter in the long term. Had a high at 236. We're at 13 cents now. Could it go back there? It sure could. Will it? I don't know. But I do think that high right there, 23, 23 is a big possibility. So above here, I grab a bunch of it, sell. Once again, it's in my trading account. As it goes up 5%, I'm selling 5% of my holdings. I'm taking profits along the way. We also want to get across this line. My out, my stop loss. I don't know. Right there. Pick up below there. Oops. I would probably cash out, take my money, and just keep watching it. It might have to come up, retest. It might retest this line and then go. If it does, I'll just get out. I can always get back in. I'm not afraid of buying and selling. I know some people are a little more lethargic. I don't know. They're not as engaged with their investments. They want to just buy something and leave it. If you're trading, you can't do that. You've got to keep an eye on these things. So yeah, that's how I'd play it. Keep an eye on this one. Once again, I don't know what it does, but it ain't going down anymore. And once again, if it broke this line here, this bottom green support, then it's going right back down to here. So we don't play around if we're under this trend, because once again, these things are volatile. And when liquidity events happen where investors have to get out of things to raise capital, to cover positions, these are the first things. This crypto, these things, these speculative assets are the first place people sell. All right, I'd rather sell this than sell my Apple or my Wheaton Precious Metals or my Cameco or whatever I've got. The big blue chip money making stuff. So this is where liquidation happens, and that's how you get these big, massive candle in this 20%. Look at this candle. It's crazy. It went in 1 week. Went from 75 to 5, back up to 49 cents. All those are cents. So that's how these things move. So stop losses and keep an eye on it. Last one, VHI. Same as the other ones. This kind of thing. There's something going on with this company. It doesn't seem like it's acting like a penny stock. Vital Hub, Technology Services. It's in the healthcare. I don't know what it does. I don't look. I'm just looking at technicals. Got all this support. The reason this hasn't retested this support yet. It's come up. It could come down to here. It could come back onto this guy. But until it does, it hasn't. So maybe it won't retest. It's a clean breakout. So you've got a falling knife here. It's broken out. Kind of consolidating in this box here. Get above this purple guy. Time to go. That's where I would buy in. Once again, that will get us above our 34 weekly. Get us above our 200 daily. All right. It's a $7.40 stock. Could easily get back up to there, so you can double your money on that one. And I would expect it would, just by the way it's moving. And once again, look at the volume coming in here. I'm not the only one looking at this. Something's happening. So keep this one on your trading watch list. It's on my trading watch list. Looks like, once again, this one's a little closer, maybe the end of July, August kind of thing. This could be ready to go. My stop loss would just be this guy right here. That bottom right there. Breaks that. If it breaks that, I think it's going to retest here. If that were to break, it's definitely going to retest there. In which case, that would be an incredible buy zone right there. Anyway, yeah, so that's those 5 trades. Just going to watch when not when, but if they get to where these points I've marked out, I will step in my trading account. So I made a video about some advanced healthcare stocks a while back, and I did go into one, TWST, and this is an example of when things go right. I made a video, once again, weekly chart, shoulder, head, shoulder, measured move up to here, based on that head to neckline. And we've got this white channel. You can see here where I bought. Blue dotted line is where I bought. I wanted to see, I missed this week. I don't know why. Something happened, or I ended up buying here in this week, the following week. This did what I wanted to do. I don't know why I didn't step in, but I got the weekly close above the neckline. I might have just missed it. Took my eye for a second, so I bought the next week. And you can see it's been a good trade. All right, I bought it at 69. We're now at 99. So where am I going to take profits? Here's where I'm going to take profits. When we hit this top of this white trend line, is where I'll first start selling. I didn't put this in my trading account, just to be clear. I put this in my long-term savings account just because I like the company. When I started reading about it, looked at what they did, looked at the metrics, the fundamentals, and whatnot, I realized that this isn't something I just wanted to be trading in and out of. The other reason, my trading account, I try to use low-priced things, so I can buy a lot more things under $5 or $10, things, more speculative things, so that I can buy big piles of things, so that when I'm selling 5%, I'm not selling 20% or 10% of my complete holdings. If I buy 10,000 shares of something, that's different than just buying 100 shares of something. So that's what I'm going to hold. But where I will take profits, even in my long-term savings, my retirement RSP account, blue chip things, when we hit this white line, I don't think probably going to get a pullback here. But at some point when it gets to here, that'll be my first sell point, because hit, maybe break out a bit, and then we will consolidate again. We'll go up, maybe even come down. As long as we're above my buy zone, I'm fine. As long as we don't leave this channel, I'm fine. But yeah, that's my first sells right there. When we hit that line, because that's going to be resistance. This channel itself is going to make its own resistance. I'll take some profits there. I don't know how much. I don't know what. We'll see what happens when I get there. This isn't, once again, part of a defined trading account. It's just formulaic. I don't sway from the formula at all. This, use my eyes and my brain a little bit more and see what's going on and make my calls from there. So this was a good one, and I hope somebody, there's only like 6 of you watching my channel right now, but I hope somebody got in on it. It's done well, and it will continue to do well, I believe. And especially if the healthcare sector is peaking up, this could run a little quicker than I thought it might. Here's another one now. I did a video of this. I think I pulled it down. I was looking at this company. I was just reading about it. I liked the chart setup I was looking at. A lot of volume coming in. The downtrend was over. It's in this channel. So I bought here the second week it came through. And now I'm under where I bought. I'm under this, I don't want to call it a neckline, but bottoming line, and I'm outside my channel. I do have a green candle this week. That's kept me from selling it this week. What I'm going to do is wait till next week. We go one more green candle, I'll hold on. My out for this one is that bottom right there. All right, I don't want to get too, I can buy back in, but if it gets below here, I think it might make its way back down to one of those 2 spots. Either this green trend line, the original trend line, or this support here. All right, so I'm going to give it next week. If next week it hasn't done what I want it to do, like a green candle week, the new, some kind of, like, I don't just want a green candle, I actually want to beat that high. The sooner we can get back into this white channel, the better. The longer we stay out of it, the harder it is to get back into it. We did get out of the channel here. When you get out of a channel at one side, chances are you're going to get out of it at the other side, or at least go back and touch it again. So I'm not surprised by this, but I don't want it to hang out here for too long. Once again, I'll sell if I has to make a move or it has to consolidate here for a couple of months. I can get back in later. It's just how these things work. So you can see here we're right at, here's our 34 weekly. Here's our 200 daily. So I don't want to get too far below these. Right, those I rely on those a lot. They're not everything I look at, but they're sort of my first quick sniff test, and when things get under there, that's my first red flag. I do like volume it's gotten here. What I would like is a big green candle here with the next volume candle higher. That would tell me that people are stepping in a serious way. So I'll do an update on this in a bit and let you know what I ended up doing and how it played out. But it's just technical analysis is great and it works well most of the time. It is not a guarantee, and you have to be able to accept that sometimes the patterns don't play out, or a new pattern starts to form, or there's something you weren't seeing, I wasn't seeing. Like I said, majority of the time, I make a lot of money off these type of moves. This one just didn't go my way, and I just wanted to show you an example of how sometimes it doesn't go your way, and you have to have a plan B. So my plan B is one more week. Below the purple, I'm out. Above here, I hold. Yeah, if I have to wait a week after that, I might, but I will not wait 3 or 4 or 5 weeks. Once we're out here into August, if it's still outside of this channel, then I'll get out and I'll just wait for another opportunity to get back in when it is here or when I see something else setting up. But right now, this is a definite maybe. Not 100% sell, not 100% buy, just right now. Maybe. Yeah, so that's about it. So once again, this is my channel. It's technical analysis. I'm not trying to force or imply my fundamental values on anyone. Just charts. Look for stocks you want to buy. I'll help you with the timing. Stocks, cryptos, ETFs, whatever you want. All the information is down below in the description. Feel free to reach out. If you just want to ask a question, there's an info link. If you actually want a chart request, there's a chart request link. And there's a link to my website. You can go there, and it's the most boring, basic website on the planet. And it's just designed to steer you right back here to the YouTube channel. And the website probably won't stay long because I'm not sure if it has any virtue right now. Anyway, I hope some of this helps you all out there. And once again, reach out. If I can help, I'd love to. Service is free. If you know somebody I can help, please send my contact info along and tell them to reach out. Simple as that. All right, everyone have a good long weekend. It was Canada Day here the other day. I know you got July 4th down in the States now, so everybody enjoy the long weekend, beginning of summer. Enjoy it. Stay cool. Stay hydrated. See ya.